Imagine pouring one simple kitchen ingredient into your soil and watching it come alive in just a matter of days. Not months, not weeks. Days. That's the promise we're exploring today. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which form of rice unleashes microbial activity almost overnight. This isn't theory. It's a practical, tested approach that gardeners can use to supercharge their soil biology. Every gardener knows that healthy soil means healthy plants, and the secret to healthy soil lies in the microscopic life forms within it. These microbes, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, feed on organic matter, break it down, and transform it into nutrients that roots can actually absorb. Without them, soil becomes lifeless, compact, and incapable of supporting strong plant growth. Rice, one of the world's most common grains, happens to be packed with starch. Starch is nothing more than stored energy, and microbes love it. The question is, how do they prefer it served? In its raw form, straight from the bag, or cooked and softened? The difference is massive. When raw rice is placed in soil, it doesn't immediately attract a feeding frenzy. The grains are dense, dry, and locked up in a crystalline starch structure that's tough for microbes to penetrate. Soil moisture will eventually soften it, but this takes time. Only specialized fungi and bacteria can begin digesting the resistant starch, and even then the process drags on for weeks or even months. Raw rice does serve a purpose. It acts like a slow-release carbon source, providing steady food to microbial communities over the long haul. Over time, fungi like Aspergillus and Penicillium colonize the grains, slowly breaking them down. But this is a marathon, not a sprint. If your goal is to see rapid microbial explosions in your soil, raw rice will leave you waiting and wondering why nothing seems to happen. Now let's switch to cooked rice. Once heat and water have gelatinized the starch, the rigid structure collapses and the molecules become loose and accessible. To microbes, cooked rice is like fast food. It's pre-digested, soft, and ready to consume without resistance. The difference in soil is immediate. Within 24 to 48 hours, you'll notice signs of activity, a sour smell, bubbling as gases escape, or a white fungal mat spreading across the grains. By day 3 or 4, you may see the rice almost disappearing into a mass of microbial life. This happens because cooked rice provides instant energy for bacteria like Bacillus and Pseudomonas, which multiply rapidly under these conditions. Instead of waiting weeks for visible signs, cooked rice delivers microbial growth you can literally observe in days. The soil becomes warmer, richer, and biologically more active, setting the stage for explosive plant growth. Here's where the nuance really matters. Cooked rice gives you an immediate burst of microbial energy, but honestly, it doesn't last long. Within a week or two, most of it is consumed and the activity drops off. Raw rice, on the other hand, decomposes much more slowly, providing a trickle of food that sustains microbial life in the long term. This is why both forms of rice have a place in soil management. If you want to quickly activate a compost pile, kickstart dead soil, or prepare beds before planting, cooked rice is your go-to option. But if your aim is to feed microbes steadily over the season, raw rice buried deeper in the soil can play that role. There's also a powerful third method that combines speed with balanced fermented rice water. This is made by rinsing rice in clean water, collecting the starchy wash, and leaving it to ferment naturally. Within just a few days, it becomes packed with beneficial lactic acid bacteria that can be poured directly into your soil. The exact formula is simple. Rinse 1 cup of uncooked rice with 2 cups of clean water, stir thoroughly, and strain off the liquid. Place this starchy liquid in a loosely covered jar and let it sit for 3 to 5 days at room temperature. You'll know it's ready when it develops a slightly sour smell. At that point, dilute it by mixing 1 part fermented rice water with 10 parts clean water before applying to your soil or plants. This solution delivers live microbes straight into the root zone without the pest risks that come with burying rice. It's a quick way to energize the soil while maintaining microbial diversity. If you were to run a side-by-side experiment, the difference would be crystal clear. With raw rice, even after 2 weeks the grains may still look almost intact, with only slight discoloration. With cooked rice, by day 3 you'll already see it covered in microbial colonies, and by day 7 it will be almost unrecognizable. Fermented rice water skips the waiting entirely and floods the soil with beneficial bacteria the moment you apply it. So, the lesson here is simple. Microbes don't just want food, they want accessible food. Cooked rice and fermented rice water make starches easy to digest, which, honestly, translates into faster microbial growth and more immediate benefits for your soil. Cooked rice works best as a quick microbial stimulant. You'll want to use it in small amounts, just burying it a few inches below the surface to minimize pests. This is especially useful when you're preparing soil before a planting cycle or, honestly, when you need to revive a sluggish compost pile. Because it decomposes so rapidly, think of it as more of a short-term booster shot rather than a season-long treatment. Now, raw rice is best reserved for long-term conditioning. You should bury it deeper in the soil or add it to compost, where it won't attract animals. Over time, it'll quietly feed the fungal networks and keep microbial life ticking along in the background. Fermented rice water, meanwhile, is just ideal for regular use. You can apply it as a soil drench every 2 to 3 weeks during the growing season. And hey, the 1 to 10 dilution ensures that you're adding beneficial microbes without overwhelming the system or creating those pesky anaerobic pockets. The dramatic difference between raw and cooked rice really comes down to structure. Raw rice contains tightly packed starch granules with a high amylose content, which makes them resistant to enzymatic attack. Cooking breaks those granules apart, converting the starch into a gel that microbes can attack immediately. It's the same principle that explains why cooked food spoils faster than raw. It's simply easier for microbes to digest. Soil microbes are, well, opportunists. When you provide them with accessible energy, they multiply explosively. Cooked rice delivers that accessibility, while raw rice kind of locks it away. The verdict is clear. If you want to see your soil come alive in days, not months, cooked rice is the form to use. It delivers instant microbial energy, visible results, and a surge of biological activity that raw rice just can't match in the short term. Raw rice still has value, but it's the long game. Fermented rice water, though, gives you the best of both worlds. Fast activation with ongoing microbial support. For gardeners, this isn't just theory. It's a tool you can use right now to improve soil health, boost plant growth, and create living, breathing earth beneath your crops. If you found this video from Soil and Crop Central helpful, don't forget to subscribe, share it with fellow growers, and leave a comment about your own experiences with rice in the soil. Together, we're building not just fertile soil, but fertile knowledge.